Meet Ito Seras. Premium hybrid crossovers. Self-charging. Menu in Russian. For sunrise more than 1,000 kilometers, acceleration to 100 in less than 5 seconds. Ito Seras from 4,990,000 rubles officially in Russia. Zeekr 007. I don't know by what criteria they choose these numbers. 001 there, 009, 007 I don't understand. But when I hear Zeekr 007, for some reason I would like to see James Bond's car. But this is not James Bond's car. And here is something more interesting for everyday life. So this car costs around 6 million rubles. But again the prices vary. The dollar exchange rate is constantly jumping up and down. Then down the specific cost now say. Ruble to ruble, some specific ninja. What are you doing, asshole? On Citronaya you are on the Christmas tree. It started raining and that's it. Everyone was confused. Everyone is like that. What, where, how to go? We can't and that's it. This is where the fuss begins. Relax, let's be objective. Zeekr 001. I liked it. Liked Zeekr 009. I liked it. Liked it. And now I would really like to ride a Zeekr 009 which Gloria. I want to ride it so much. Oh, I really enjoyed riding, but haven't taken the test Zeekr X yet, it's just a gun. The race is small, stylish. Nice comfortable car. And now I'm going to this manufacturer on 007th. I don't have any technical questions yet. So why? Do you know any total problems? At the car Zeekr, well, so that your friends can tell you what's wrong with them. Something is happening, they break super there and so on. No, the only story I know about FR. So it consists of this. That the Chinese got something a little mixed up there. Something with the wiring, with high voltage wires. Something is wrong, they are warming themselves there, some problems are falling off there. And the car we were filming. There are some problems with her now. Here we solve them, but in general this manufacturer will now go through. This is not the first winter, and the cars generally perform well. There are certainly some disadvantages, everyone has them. Well, that's how it can be hated on a large scale. No and at all, I would like to urge everyone to calm down. Regarding the hate towards Chinese cars, you will soon all be crazy about Chinese cars. And I don't separate myself. I will do it with you. So when you see a person, which food Chinese, I realized it for myself. These are just people who don't understand anything about cars at all. I would have understood if they had spoken like that 5 years ago. I want to tell you that they don't intend to stop at all. And for some reason I am sure that in some time we will all be in these cars. Layout and dimensions, and approximate figures of the future Muscovite. I would like to see her right here. Why is this car covered in grease? It has 650 horsepower. For comparison, my friends, 650 horsepower is Lamborghini mother, and that's how Urus is. Yeah, which stands like this today. Look at these fast cars now. And imagine that these cars are all slower than the Zeekr, which cost 6 million. Let's not forget that there is money in these 6 million that people earned from selling this car. There is money that was earned on delivery. I have some money which relates to customs payment. What is its naked price? 4 million. Now imagine what is possible for 5 million rubles. In theory, that's what they're showing. You can do that. You can build a Moskvich like this, and which will have 650 horsepower. Do you need a car with that kind of power? We need to eat youth. There are people who like to drive. There are people who like to give gas. There are a lot of them, and I am one of them. I would buy a Moskvich with great pleasure, which would have 650 horsepower. Let's imagine that same car It is possible to assemble it with other engines. Well, for example, there won't be 650 horsepower here, and there 350 or 400. This car will be much better. I think it will be cheaper. It is possible to make a fat assembly somewhere. For example, is it possible to remove someone's projection? For example, put on some simpler music. Do for example, a little smaller display, but overall, improve the car and make it so that it comes out to us there plus minus 2 rubles 1 million. Simple version. This version can be used by police officers. This version, such machines can go to the Ministry of Emergency Situations, Doctors Police, Rosguard Traffic Police and so on. And will this car be inexpensive? And it will be our car entirely. Dynamics, of course, very nice. And you know, I want to tell you that the noise insulation here is quite good. Yes, it's fine in the back there. Yes, the car drives very well. I want you not to have unrealistic expectations. You won't have any sports there. But she turns well. There is a second version of this machine, means it has rear-wheel drive, 420 horsepower and a 75 kilowatts battery. But in our conditions, you absolutely need to get this all-wheel drive. Children electric cars have devalued all horsepower. Petrol, you represent BMW there, to raise the bar there by plus 100 horsepower. They've been doing some development there for 10 years. The Chinese came on electric trains like this. Let's do everything again. The recuperation mode works very well, quite effectively, stops well. When you take your foot off the gas pedal, when you use this machine in a calm mode. The numbers I see on the battery discharge. Honestly, we actually drove 30 kilometers there now. She's like minus 30. There's still enough for 600. Something tells me, what if you enter yourself decently in the region of 100, 105 km per hour? She will keep her word. Gaps, everything is clear. Very beautiful. True map laser technology. Which cuts out these dots on this map. The rounds are very stylish. Very stylish buttons. Very stylish mirrors. This thing looks very similar to the Porsche style. Very beautiful, and I also like it. How do these things work? They are nicely illuminated, and here is the bare minimum of everything. The car has very good visibility. Beautiful mirror. We have a very interesting panoramic roof. There's just glass here. And here too. Yes, it doesn't close, it's clear. I like that everything here is already translated into Russian, and not a clumsy one, but quite normal. I have no questions about this car yet. Everything is convenient here. It's beautiful. This style they did. Very cool. Battery charge 88%. When it is charged to 100%, they write the mileage will be 723 kilometers. You don't have to show off. You definitely won't get to Volokholamsk, and you won't come back, of course. Here they are showing off. Everyone writes these numbers. Sooner or later someone will be able to. Moving on this wheelbarrow, I will watch with great pleasure. Next thing, when people living in the regions understand that there are those who need super cross-country cars. I want so that the regions can get a taste of electric cars. I want you to finally understand that these cars are cool. I want them to finally understand. These cars break down there 6 times less. I want you to finally understand that there is no need to change oils in such a volume. Pads change spark plugs. There is no such volume of units. Cars that can break down. Well, I see that pensioners they're used to, they are afraid of it. They don't want to get involved. They don't want to study. They are not interested in it. They are like that. Yes, I drive my Lexus and will continue to do so for another 50 years. And it's clear that you can't go anywhere with them. But for the most part, I hope that everything will change soon. What's the most interesting? There for this money. Somehow they managed to fit everything in here. She can move you drive in the parking lot. She sees everything around her. She has this very interesting panel. Small, so small, muscular. I don't see anything superfluous in this car. I really like this form. This one is such a muscle. I like that this is a clean style. Well, how did they do it? For 6 million I don't understand the wheels. Design or Lenyo 100%. I won't invent or say. It's just super here. They're cosmically comfortable. Normally 500 kilometers I wouldn't drive here. I would like the back to be more reclined. There's plenty of space in front. Here you move the seat with your legs crossed. You sit like this. It's great. The only thing that pisses me off about this car, these are these buttons. She is not tough. She is not a rough machine. Let's be objective. She has pretty big wheels, but at the same time it has a pretty good normal move. That's clear. Honey for 6 million. But this car seems to me more for young people. Here's 650 forces. You understand. Here he goes. He got it for 6. And do you know what he does from morning to evening? Urus is looking for the area to fuck him. Zeekr is 007 is. Let's open it, and what else can we get for 6,646 horsepower? And by the way, if someone tells me something about quality, then Ferrari a small piece like this. And like this and like this and like this. It's just a small throw in. I don't think it's like that in Zeekr, because if it was like that in the Zeekr, they would have all fallen apart by now. The dick who drove around Moscow. And on the drone please 4,300. Please the 13th of December series gray color. 550550 can be purchased. 6,400. For 6,400. You can buy a rear right wheel from Ferrari Pura Sango. And there will be dripping in the cabin. Same as now. Something dripped down here from above. It never occurred to me that the Chinese will assemble cars in this way. That I will simply be delighted with the geometry of these cars. Maybach still assembles cars crookedly. Think about it, Maybach, Mercedes, BMW screws up there. Audi are the best guys, who have been simply the highest their whole lives. My eyes, it seems to me. What if this car is covered in matte film? She will have these very forms that will really play. It's generally beautiful, stylish, nothing extra. I am satisfied with the design, satisfied with the quality. Here's how it's done. I am already satisfied with what I know about Zeekr. All-wheel drive. Thank you all. I personally would have 6 million. But what would I take for 6,650 horsepower? But for 6, why take Xiaomi? Xiaomi made a car. And at 25 they will sell it, and I just pine for it. I'm really looking forward to it. I think she is. I didn't buy Lucip. I'll take this tie. Love you, bye.